Welcome to our PBSO District 14 Lake Worth substation. I'd like to thank you all for coming out today to help us celebrate a milestone. It's hard to believe, but 10 years ago today, the Lake Worth Police Department was merging into the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. I can tell you, thank you. I can tell you personally that it's been a wonderful experience for me to come full circle. I started here as an officer 23.5 years ago, and to be brought back as a district commander has been a really exciting thing at an exciting time for the city. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce some of our PBSO and city officials and then turn the mic over to the sheriff. From PBSO, we have Sheriff Bradshaw here today. We have Major Chris Keene. And we have Captain Dave Moss, who helped carry the torch here for a long time, probably 6 or 7 of those 10 years. From the city side, we have Mayor Pam Triolo, Vice Mayor Scott Maxwell, and Commissioner Herman Robinson. And we also have the city manager, Mike Bornstein, here. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to the sheriff, and then the mayor is going to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning to everybody. See, they're still coming in. I knew it was going to be a good turnout because there's food. Yeah. always count. Let me tell you how far back did I go to Lake Worth. Not only was I born and raised here in Lake Worth, I lived down on South Sea Terrace. When I was in high school on governmental day, I was actually the police chief in Lake Worth for the day. I still have a picture of me sitting in the police chief's chair when the station was down there near Federal Highway with the hat on, and they said, you know, what would you like to do like when you grow up? And I said, you know, one day I'd like to be the police chief in Lake Worth. Well, I didn't make it that far, but you know, the fact that we were able to come down here and make a difference is really special to me. You know, a couple of years before the merger, we heard that, you know, it can't happen good, it's not going to go good, you know, we don't want to lose our police department, but we knew in our estimation, in our experience, that there was good men and women that worked here, and that the city was not going to lose their police department, but in fact they were going to gain an agency that was going to do what we promised we were going to do, and that's make the quality of life of the citizens here as good as we can make it. And fortunately, with a lot of hard work from the men and women that worked there, the support of the city, which I knew was skeptical, and they had the right to be that because they wanted the best things for their residents. Things have turned out to be as good as they can be at this point in time. Still a lot of work to do, we realize that, but every day that they come to work, it's something that they're trying to make a difference and make it even better. The crime stats have been really good, but you know, I try not to take too much credit for when they're down, because guess what? When they're not down, they're going to come back and ask you why they're not down. But we have had some very good crime stats on the negative side for the last few years, and we're going to make sure that we keep it that way. So 10 years has been fast. Seems like just yesterday, but I think at the end of the day, most of the people that you talk to will say that they wished it had done it 5 years earlier than we did it, because it's turned out to be something that's very special on both sides of the coin. Not only for us, the men and women that work here, but also for the people that live here. So having said that, I'm going to let the mayor come up and say a few words, and thank you for your support, and hopefully have a long-term partnership for many years to come. Thank you very much.
I don't even know where to start. I arrived to the scene here, at least in a public way, about 7 years ago as mayor. But I can tell you that my relationship with PBSO started a little bit earlier than that. In fact, I like to blame them for my getting into politics to begin with. Having been a victim of a serious crime back in another city much earlier in my life, I take my public safety and my personal safety very seriously. And moving and investing in the city of Lake Worth, everything I had, my business, my husband's business, my dad had been here, we're on our second home here in the city, and I saw things deteriorating in a way just was out of control, especially the gang activity. This is about 12 years ago, 13 years ago, and many of the things that were going on. And in fact, I loved our Lake Worth PD. I thought they were some of the best people in the entire world, but they just simply didn't have the numbers or the tools and things that they needed in the trainings and all the advanced things that they really needed to do the job, because it was really getting out of control. And when PBSO came in and there was that whole thing, whether they should come or whether they should go, and that whole political animal went on, that's when I stepped up and got involved. That's why I blame you. It was necessary, the time had come, and we needed the manpower, the resources, and most importantly, the talent and the heart that you all provided with our Lake Worth PD. And them being able to step up and get those trainings and get those tools that they needed was fantastic, and we've all become a family. I'm your hugest, biggest fan. I hope you all know that. I think you do by now. And just being able to see things turn around and our crime statistics to go down in such dramatic ways. I still remember back when Captain Silva was here, remember the city had so many challenges. One of the things being that the city hadn't enacted laws that gave people the ability, and PBSO the ability, to go in and actually, say, arrest people that were trespassing on your property, or arrest prostitution activity, or go in and actually open the doors, or board up houses. We didn't have any laws. We had to create 148 laws that gave you the ability to go in and do your job that you could do in other cities, and give you the tools that you needed from us. And we've been holding hands ever since, and we've been fighting this battle ever since. And I'm so very proud of what you do. Most importantly, I'm proud of your professionalism. I'm proud of your compassion. I'm proud that you treat us like you're our local police force, not just another city that you happen to be. You're our friends, you're our family, and I'm so very grateful that you're here, and I'm so very grateful that I've been around for 7 years and I get to work with you day in and day out, and let it be another 10, another 10, another 10, and another lifetime together. Congratulations, and thank you for a job well done always.